What's up, everybody? This is Jose.
And Katie.
On today's video, we are probably going to be leaving Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It just hasn't worked out. Like, the year that we... And it's not like we don't want to be here. It's that we can't afford it. The year that we were living in Alabama, my net worth increased $40,000.
Yeah.
And since then, we've been in Florida for about 4 years, and our net worth has decreased by $200,000 to the point where now we are indebted. Even though when we came back to Florida, we had $140,000.
And that's not to say we won't come back to Florida in the future, because we're obviously going to be coming back periodically, even if we move, because we do have our family here. But we want to be in a place where the math actually makes sense. And if you're younger in Florida,
all of our friends have moved to Texas or the Carolinas or Tennessee. Like, nobody that we know down here that's young has been able to stay in Florida as young as we have, unless like their parents left them something or something. And we're not at that situation. Like,
no, we're not.
It's not that we want to leave, it's that we practically have to. So let's be clear on the fact that this isn't like we want to leave. This is like we don't have a choice. Like, we are $70,000 in debt or something like that. And when we came back to Florida like 4 years ago,
we were debt free.
We were up $140,000 at least. Our net worth has decreased $200,000 since we came back to Florida, to the point where we're now heavily indebted, and it ain't gonna work.
Florida drains the young, and Florida is designed for tourism and retirement. That's how it's designed. It's not designed for you as a young person to live.
I just had an Uber passenger like yesterday, and they're from Ohio, and she was like, well, I'm gonna move to Florida. I'm like, why would you do that? She's like, oh, I can make more money here than I can in Ohio. I'm like, in what world? Like, people are seriously delusional. And then I know, like, now they're telling people that Florida has the greatest economy in the country. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It does not. Look, Florida's economy, when we went to Alabama, our net worth increased by $40,000 in 1 year. Okay? And things are worse now than they were back then. This whole lie that they're spreading now, and people, young people, if you're watching today's video and you are young, you need to be very careful with the decision to move to Florida. If you're retired and you got money, come on down here. It's the best place to live if you got money. But if you are young, they keep telling people that Florida's the best. In what world? Look, Florida has the worst paid teachers and the worst paid police department in the United States. What does that tell you about being a regular working class person in Florida? Bro, the reality of living in Florida is this. If you're poor, being stuck in one of these trailer parks like we've had for the last 20 years that we're in Naples. Now that we moved to a suburban place, we're indebted to our eyeballs. Bro, when I was in Alabama, we got ahead, man, economically. And we had free time for our hobbies and stuff. Like, we've looked at Miami. Katie, what's the summary of Miami?
Expensive.
More than here.
And crime.
Lots of crime.
And we've interviewed a lot of homeless people, and a lot of them are from other places. Most of them are not from directly here. There are a select few. There are a select few that are from here, but a majority of them are from other places.
Bradenton for you. No, like, the reality of being young in Florida, it's impossible. And it's getting worse. It's not going to get better. I mean, it's not that we don't want to be here. It's that realistically, we can't. It's not possible. What were your thoughts on Orlando?
Well, Orlando was nuts. And I don't want to be part of something that is completely nuts just because it's cheaper.
They fired that girl.
If
you saw the video, I took it down. I don't want to cause anybody pain, but they did fire her, and she did kind of assault us. We got assaulted by our hotel staff in Orlando.
Yeah.
Hopefully she can reflect on what happened and not be like that in the future. But she did get fired. It was obvious she was going to get fired for that. That was crazy.
You can't behave like that.
But that's just the way people behave in Orlando. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess that was a bullet hole that took that window out, knowing this neighborhood. See how there's a piece of plywood up there?
Yeah.
I'm almost certain that was a bullet hole. There's this little area right here. It's like really horrible. Almost certain that had to be a bullet hole that took that window out, knowing this neighborhood. But Florida's gotten crimey, and I think I've talked to our subscribers living in other states. It's the same everywhere. But like part of Florida was that it wasn't crimey. Like Florida was actually really safe, man. Like Florida used to be the safest state in the South. Now, we know we want to leave Florida. We don't want to. We need to leave Florida. We are so indebted that we can't really, like, we're trapped. So
and
if
it's
we're
not
able,
comfortable. It's not like I want to do this. It's I have to for at least for a while.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how we're gonna escape Florida. I think we're gonna have to put all our stuff in storage. Like we're not actually gonna be able to move our stuff. We're just gonna have to go out there, and then we'll get it together, and then we'll come back and get our stuff. Because I don't think we're so broke, to be honest. And it's not just us. Like, by the way, Philly Dom, great YouTube creator, he just made a video talking about how he's taking a job. YouTube's not paying creators what it used to.
No.
Philly Dom just made a video saying how he's gonna have to take a full-time job as well.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people that were making a living off YouTube, they're not able to do it anymore. And it isn't that our viewership is down, it's that YouTube's paying YouTube creators less. YouTube figured out that we were all balling, and they're like, no, we can't have that. Welcome to America, where as soon as something, the come ups don't last forever.
No.
You know, and the thing about YouTube is, you know, my channel is getting as many views as it did a year ago, but it's making half as much money because they're cutting back on the pay rate. It's happening to all the YouTube creators out there, and a lot of us were doing this full time. So they're really making, life is getting harder. You know, like life is getting harder when it was easier. There's a Starbucks going in there. Look.
Wow.
Gentrification in Bradenton. Look, new Starbucks going in on 44th. Wow, new place to panhandle right there. That'd be a great place to panhandle. If you can afford Starbucks, you can definitely afford to throw some bucks at the homies. But so it's not that we want to leave. It's that I feel like we don't have to. And I'll be honest, we were just in Tennessee. When I look at the cost of living in Tennessee, it doesn't seem like Tennessee is doing better. And Tennessee's way too violent to begin with. It won't be a southern state, with the exception of Texas.
Texas is a possibility.
And Texas is really crimey, but well,
Florida's getting crimey. It's so, like, yeah. The idea of safety is laughable today. Yeah. I like the vibes in Texas. Texas loves us. Yeah. Like, the Carolinas would make more sense, but we get hate out of the Carolinas a lot. Yeah.
Like, I get more love out of Alabama than I do out of the Carolinas, which is crazy because we've never really, like, gone hard on the Carolinas.
Yeah, and, you know, we've gone there and we just don't vibe with that,
it's not
so
us.
It doesn't work.
It's not us. We get a lot of hate out of the Carolinas, and it makes a lot of views, but it's not a very positive. We gotta have, by the way, Bradenton, I love this place. I love the city and Sarasota too. We do not want to leave. Like, let's be clear about this. Like, Bradenton, Sarasota, we love living here. Like, I do not want to leave.
I love the beach. My favorite beach is Manatee Beach, which isn't far from
here. Like, the community reception here has been incredible. Yeah. Like, this city loves us. Like,
but at the same time, we have to...
This city loves us. Like, the reception that we've got here, people like us more here than they do back home in Fort Myers and Naples. Like, we are, everywhere we go in this town, people hug us, and it's like, we get love here, and I love this place. I don't want to leave, but we're gonna have to find a more practical solution to get ahead, and maybe we can move to another state, stack up our money, and then come back.
Yeah, even better. Yeah,
come back. You know, like we would always come back to Florida. Yeah, like it might just be like we're gonna move to another state, get our money back up again. And once we're in the green again, we can come back to Florida, spend it all, and do it over again. Because is it right here in this plaza? It is right here. Yeah. It's one of those deals where, like,
going if you want. Yeah.
Where are you thinking?
Whatever you want to do. I mean, we can just drive and then come back. Yeah.
No, let's go get eat. This video doesn't have to be an hour long. Texas is a possibility. Definitely. I liked Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but I don't think it's as expensive as here.
And I would possibly consider moving back to Michigan, but I've looked at the prices in Detroit, and it's literally
I'm not moving to Michigan.
The same.
I'm not moving to Michigan.
Exactly.
It's not the prices. It's I'm just not living in Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So we know it's bad everywhere. We've looked at a few places in Florida that might work. Port Charlotte has some affordable apartments. It looks really familiar. Yeah. Port Charlotte has really affordable apartments. Look at Bradenton. Look, what a crap. Look, there's this thing's apartment. That's abandoned there. There's like a homeless camp outside. Like, I love Bradenton, but I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty crimey and just it's gotten really bad here. Yeah. Like everywhere you go is homelessness. Wow. Like homelessness is widespread crime. Wow, this place is packed. My goodness.
I think this might be too packed.
Yeah, there's homeless people just about everywhere you look out here.
Oh, there's a Mexi Peru place there.
What's up with the line at the Chinese place?
That's the one where we ate at the farmer's market. They have a location here, an actual restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, you want to eat there?
Damn, I've never seen the Chinese place that packed.
Yeah.
You think we'll be able to get a seat in there, or is there a line waiting? There's a
line for waiting for that, but there is quite a few people here as well. But I think we could get it.
Let me see the photos. It's the same people as over there.
Same people as over there.
Pull it up. Let me see the reviews and photos. Yeah, because the Mexi Peru place, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
And the other place is at the other one is at
4.8 out of 32.
So they just opened it. Oh, they just opened it. Cool. Let's park here then.
No, it's been open for a while.
They only have 32 reviews?
Yeah.
If they only have 32 reviews, they're brand new, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I was looking about 6 months ago.
So Mexi Peru.
Yeah, they had.
They opened that restaurant. They were doing so well at the.
Yeah.
You know, I actually met the guy that worked for them. One of my Uber passengers. I've met like everybody on Uber. I had a crazy situation with Uber that happened today.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyways, guys, so we don't want to leave, but if this situation economically doesn't improve for us, it's not. The only thing that could save us is if we got another hurricane. If we got a hurricane, we could make enough money to bounce back, but that's only wishful thinking.
I don't even think if a hurricane came, that would be what.
It'd be enough to move to wherever we wanted. Yeah. That's the truth. I'm not gonna lie, and a lot of YouTubers are being honest about this. Like I think Philly Don was pretty straightforward about, hey man, YouTubers aren't making enough anymore. I'm going through that situation. And a lot of YouTubers have came out and say, hey, this ain't, like, we were living off this for a while, but it ain't working anymore. Yeah. And my health is deteriorating. You guys know I had that. My back hurts every single day. I'm still living in pain.
And I've lost 80 pounds, but I'm still having health issues. So I haven't lost enough weight.
I'm a sick person taking care of a sick person.
Yeah.
This is not easy.
And I'm probably not going to talk about my actual health issues on YouTube because it's private.
Health is private. But we are going through some crap, both of us. I mean, you guys know I got my back. She's got her thing. You know, we were never able to get compensated for my injury. It actually turned into a nightmare where now I owe them money for medical bills.
Yeah.
We've really had some difficulties. But we're going to figure this out. We might have to stay in Florida because we may not even have enough money to move somewhere else. It may be one of those scenarios where when our lease expires, we may just have enough money to move a little. I don't want to think about that. Port Charlotte has some affordable options. Houston's on the table. We're thinking between San Antonio, but San Antonio's crimey. I can tell.
We don't know.
Like, literally, I told her, the thing about San Antonio is, like, everything that I've seen, there's a lot of grimy areas in San Antonio. Like, we like the food, the city, the culture, but, like, I'm just going to randomly drop the pin somewhere in San Antonio. Like, I'm not even going to try too hard. I'm just dropping the pin somewhere in San Antonio. Okay, I ended up at a bus stop. I'm going to drop the pin on Google Maps randomly in San Antonio. And most places there are just, like, rundown, like, like you're just landing on Google Maps. There's like people hanging out.
Yeah.
You know, freaking window shaker hanging out the window. It's a hood city, you know.
Yeah.
Metal bars on the windows and stuff like that. Like let me just randomly land somewhere and just show you guys like the most of the cityscape in San Antonio is just rundown hoods. Like there's no other. Like I'm just randomly landing somewhere and there's like a window shaker and a towel hanging out. You know, they're drying a towel in their balcony. Like it's a hood, and like me and Katie, it's not. We like the hood, but it's like, bro, I'm a YouTuber with, 200,000 people almost that follow me on this.
And one of the things
it's overwhelming to live in the hood when you're this.
One of the things that we do struggle with here that would probably be more accessible is that things are closing very early here.
There's no nightlife when we're practically nocturnal.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reality. We do have to consider leaving Florida. Mm-hmm. And for my Florida audience, we left Florida because we had to. When we left Florida the first time, it's because we were tired of being exploited. Mm-hmm. Went to Alabama, stacked up some money. I could have become a millionaire if it wasn't for racism in Alabama. I mean, things would have really gone well for us in Alabama. And now we're over here. It's difficult. Mm-hmm. And then I'm seeing so many people now enter homelessness here, where you're just like, how bad is this gonna get? Like, it just doesn't work out. Like, we've tried making it work and it doesn't. Like, we have tried to make Florida work, and the weather is brutal. But Texas is worse on the weather. I mean, like, the only real places that I could see myself living, obviously San Diego, California, but we're not millionaires.
No,
that's not an option. It's probably worse than here. Texas, I like Houston. I like San Antonio. I don't like Dallas at all. Yeah. Do you like Dallas? I don't like Dallas.
I'll say I liked the food when I was there, but
because you're fat. But like,
I really didn't. It just felt too much of a city.
Yeah, I didn't like Dallas.
Yeah.
We didn't get a lot of love out of Dallas either.
No.
Houston loves us.
Houston and Austin.
So, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah. But again, Pittsburgh, it looks like it costs as much to live in Pittsburgh as it does to live here.
Yeah.
But I like Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh would be like if we had the ability.
Yeah.
I mean, Kentucky's a mess. Tennessee's disgusting. I hate to say it, but like, you guys saw the videos when we interviewed the homeless people in Tennessee, and they were saying all the racist things about Florida.
Yeah.
You saw when we did the videos in Chattanooga and all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The videos we did in Chattanooga, where the homeless people were like saying racist things about Hispanics in front of you, and talking about how they hate Floridians.
I'm not gonna go through that or
I'm
see
done
that.
with that.
I don't want to.
After Alabama, I'm not gonna move to some backwards inbred place. Like, people like that are gonna make your life miserable because they're miserable, so they want to make you miserable.
Yeah.
Like, so the South is out of the question. Like, I'm not moving to the South.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I hate it, and I hate hearing about it. If I see it, like he told me one time he had a customer that used some words that will not be repeated. I just said, don't work for them anymore. That's it. Don't work for them. You can get work elsewhere.
I mean, the thing is, like, with racism and regionalism in the country, it's got so, like, we only have a handful of places. Like, we can't move to Tennessee with racism. No. Maybe Nashville would be great, but it's more expensive than here.
Yeah.
It's like the places where you can live as a minority in this country.
But Nashville will probably go out. It's one of those trendy places that will eventually go out.
It's going to stay expensive. Like, the places where you can live as, a minority or an interracial marriage type situation, the places where you can live are so expensive that you're practically a slave. It's like slavery still exists in this country where, like, if you are a minority or an interracial couple or something, you can't just move to freaking West Virginia or not like that. Like, there's like 5 places you can move to. Florida, Texas, California, New York, and that's it. Like, there's 5 places you can live in this country if you're not white or black.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, you think we can move. Georgia wouldn't be it. It's the South. Well, Georgia's still the South. I like the Atlanta area, but it's very dangerous. Atlanta's more expensive than here, and it's bougie. Like it's like hood either way. Atlanta, North Georgia. North Georgia's not as bad as like that whole area up there. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, and once we know, we will let you guys know, of course. Yeah. And plus, you'll see the videos. It's not happening tomorrow. We still have some time, and we just gotta figure it out and get it together.
Yeah, but I'm not paying. I'm not gonna continue paying. I don't think there's a line at the buffet. I think they're just really busy. Either option's good. We can either do a Chinese buffet, or we can do the...
It's probably really loud in there.
Yeah, it's going to be claustrophobic. But which one's going to be cheaper? Probably the buffet. Oh. Yeah. Because this Mexican Peru place, they used to be at the at Onico Farmers Market. I'm glad they got their own location now. And I love Bradenton. Like, if we could find a rent here that, like, for $1,500, I would stay in Bradenton. Like, if I could find a rent for $1,500, but, like... Rents here are ridiculous. I could stay here if we found a rent that was cheap. I like Bradenton. And that thing, you're not gonna get cheaper than $1,500 a month. Like you're not. Like Katie's like, oh, you can get an apartment in Houston for $1,000. I'm like, yeah, you're probably not gonna want to live in that place. We're out, but yeah, we're definitely considering leaving Florida. Like that's a fact.